Hey guys, Rob Skiba here with another black thumb gardening tip as I attempt to turn my black thumb green and take you guys along with me on the journey. Of course, I am a newbie at all this, so I'm making lots of mistakes, but hopefully I will learn from them and you will too. So, you know, essentially when this is all said and done, I can easily say, look, if I can do this, you can do this too. So anyway, coming up with different ideas. In this case, I'm going to talk to you about rainwater collection. There's a kit you can get online. You can get it on Amazon, or I think they even sell it at Home Depot by Earth Minded, I believe. I'll put the link in the description below. Anyway, it comes with everything you need. It comes with all the tools, the drill bits, the hole saws, and of course all the adapters and pieces you need to make it work. Now, I didn't use a lot of the pieces that came with the kit because I came up with some of my own ideas that I think actually work better. But anyway, the way it works is you just drill a hole in the side of your gutter here, about that big around or so. And on the other side of this piece, there's a piece that you can fold up and stick into the hole, and then once it goes into the gutter, it opens up, and that becomes the catch for the water as it comes down and diverts it into here. Now, I didn't use the hose setup that it came with because I came up with this idea, which I think actually works better. PVC pipe elbow and a clear tube with an insert adapter that has a 3/4 male tap at the end of it. And this is a washing machine hose that I had extra kicking around the house that I decided to use in this thing. Now, I got this 50-gallon barrel used. Somebody was selling it and got a good deal on it. But you can get these brand new for like $70 at uline.com, I believe, has them. You probably can find them elsewhere. So it comes with 2 bung caps. This particular one doesn't have a 3/4 tap in it. This side did. This is what I'm talking about. Here's another cap right here. Turn it into the sun. I don't know if you can see that, but it has a 3/4 inch thread inside of there. So you just got to drill that out so that it becomes hollow, and then you can use anything that has, you know, 3/4 inch thread, something like this. Now, this was the original setup that I had that worked pretty good. Then I came up with a new idea that I'm going to show you, but kind of hard to screw this in with one hand, but you get the idea. Screws right into there, and then you can of course connect the hose here. But this is the idea that I came up with, again using this clear tubing. Fits really good, nice seal. It didn't have to use any silicone or anything like that. It just goes right in there and forms a good seal. And again, having one of those inserts here that has the 3/4 thread, so I can connect the hose here, and same thing is here screwed into this bung cap right here. So when the water comes out of the gutter, goes into this hose, if you don't drill a relief valve hole anywhere in here, it builds up pressure. As the water goes in, the air pressure increases, because some of the water gets stuck in the hose here, so there's no way for air to escape, which initially I thought was really cool because it was increasing the pressure of the water, obviously with the air pressure in there, which works great until that pressure is relieved, and then it starts actually turning into more of a vacuum, so that becomes a bit problematic. So you do have to drill a hole in the side. It comes with this bulkhead grommet thing that also has a 3/4 tap. So they give you the appropriate hole saw. You drill into the plastic, and you can do this into anything, garbage can or anything. Anything will work. But I like this sealed container for a variety of reasons, which I'm explaining to you here. So you just drill a hole in there. You stick this rubber grommet in there, and then anything with the 3/4 tap you can screw into it, and it expands, and that's a nice seal. You don't have to put any goop in there or anything like that. Works well. So this is also a overflow drain, so if it fills up too much, I can drain it out either just into a bucket or on the ground, or maybe even into another barrel, or in the meantime you open this up and that becomes a relief valve to allow air in. But I'm going to leave that closed right now because I have another one right here. Now, this little rig right here is something that I've got an idea for actually increasing air pressure into here. I don't know if it's going to work or not, so stay tuned on that. If it does work, I'll tell you all about it. If it doesn't work, next time you see this whole rig will be gone, and this T adapter will be replaced with a coupling. So why do I have this clear tubing here? Well, down on the bottom is where I drilled the hole for the Let me close this off for the spigot, obviously. So water comes out of there, goes into this little rig that I got here, and into this quick release adapter that you can have for a hose right there. I'm going to leave that disconnected for now and show you why I have this tube here. So that's closed. Let me open this up, and when I open that up, this tube fills with water. Why? Well, because water seeks its own level, right? So why did I do this? Well, because that's a solid blue container and I can't tell how much water is in it. I have no idea how much water is in it until I put this thing here. So now this tells me exactly how much water is inside the barrel. A little over half full, right? So that gives you a visual indicator of how much water is in there. Now, let me show you some pretty decent pressure coming out of there. Some pretty good water pressure. And just use this quick connect here to connect that to this hose. This is a leader hose that I have going into a soaker hose, and right now it's going around a nectarine tree that I bought. It's doing pretty good, and that will water around the base there all day long. It'll just kind of drip out. You can start to see it seeping out of the soaker hose right now, and that'll do that all day, and it doesn't actually use a whole lot of water. It's pretty cool. So I got a 50-foot soaker hose, and I used some water tape, I guess it's for like boats and stuff like that, to seal this off so it's not draining right there. Then it goes into this greenhouse that I've got. It goes up over there, and I built a box inside of it, a raised bed, and so I have the tube going into the side of that. I haven't planted anything in here yet because I'm just doing some experiments at the moment to see how things are going to work. But I'm thinking this will be kind of a self-watering deal with this setup that I have. Got the soaker hose kind of just snaked in there, as you can see. Kind of just plant stuff in the middle, I guess. But you can see it's already doing a pretty good job of making its way in here, and that's because this is raised up. You have to get it up off the ground and raise it up. So, you know, as long as this is higher than your garden beds, you know, gravity works, right? So it'll do its job here. Now, this is a really cool little greenhouse. I'll put a link in the description below. Real easy to put together, not too expensive. The problem is it gets really hot in there. So I rigged it up with this burlap that I just had zip tied to the tubing at the top there, so I can leave this open, and that helps to diffuse the light, but also makes it a lot cooler in there so plants can breathe. Now obviously with that I can probably garden almost all year long here in Texas, because in the winter it doesn't get that cold, and inside there it's going to be quite warm. Now it comes out on this side, and this is another bucket that I'm going to eventually turn into another raised bed like the ones I showed you before. So this will help water that. Now this greenhouse was actually in my uncle's garage, and he wasn't using it, and so we got this one for free. Pretty cool. Nice big greenhouse right here, and I built some raised beds on the inside here, and I got this tube of course running into it. And yeah, it's doing really well. Plants in here doing good. Had a shelving that happened to fit perfectly between there, so I'm using that to grow seedlings outside now instead of growing them inside and then taking them outside. They're just growing in here, so it's doing rather well. And don't have anything planted on this side yet. I'm just using this for seedlings and stuff like that. But as you can see, you know, this is the other end of that 50-foot soaker hose, and it's doing its job, you know, quite well. So all of this is being watered by this one 50-gallon barrel that takes rainwater from the gutter. Pretty cool. So if you guys are trying to do something along similar lines, I hope that helps.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video presentation. If you did,
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, and share it on your favorite social media sites. There's a lot more to come, so stay tuned and we'll see you back next time.